Metroid Prime is not only the best Metroid game, but also the best first-person single-player game ever created. And before you tear me apart and force me to walk the gaming walk of shame, please just...
No. Wait.
Hear me out. Released in 2002 and with the long-awaited Metroid Prime 4 just around the corner, I recently connected my old Nintendo Switch and decided to give the remastered version a replay. And while playing it, I had a realization. Wait a moment, why am I playing the best game ever created? If Metroid Prime was a woman, it would be one that I would marry and have passionate love with her every single night. Okay, let's calm down, but speaking realistically, I truly realized that there isn't a first-person single-player game that truly compares to Metroid Prime, even nowadays.
What?
Prime is an adjective that means of the best or highest quality, of the greatest importance, the best stage or moment of something's existence. Like when you're in your prime. That's the name Nintendo chose when they made one of their most famous franchises make the leap to 3D. Enough praising this game without explaining what makes it so good. I'm going to split this video into 4 sections. Game design, world building, music, and finally gameplay. If you haven't played Metroid, you play as Samus Aran, the deadliest bounty hunter in the galaxy, and basically a 7-feet walking apocalypse in an orange armor. And unlike certain games for modern audiences, where devs think they know how to write a strong female character, we have Samus, an absolute unit that barely speaks and gets straight down to business. The game starts with us responding a distress signal from a derelict space station orbiting the planet Tallon IV. We see our bounty hunter arrive, and you instantly know this woman is not here to negotiate at all. We're first introduced to the Varia suit interface, which immediately makes you feel like you're actually inside a helmet. So the game teaches you how to fire at targets and move forward. And to access the next area, you have to scan the panel in front of you. Now the scanner is one of the greatest additions in this game and what makes it so special and so good. At first, it feels like a simple tool, but it's actually a surprise tool that is going to help us later.
That's a surprise tool that can help us later.
Alright, I'm going to walk you through the very first 30 minutes of the game so you can understand how good the game design is. Once inside the ship, we encounter alien life forms. If we scan them, not only reveal their morphology, but also their threat level, lore, weaknesses, attack patterns, and even suggested strategies to take them down. Soon we start to realize that the scanner is far more than a detective gadget. It becomes your primary tool to understand your environment, from uncovering hidden passages to identifying clues that help you progress in the game. Death by removal of internal organs, so fucking hell. We'll come across a blocked passage and you need to use the charge beam to go through, since certain locks only respond to a specific type of fire. If we follow these little creatures, we also discover that Samus can turn into a morph ball and move through tight spaces to uncover secrets. This is also where we learn we can unlock area maps. Moving forward, after destroying a set of security turrets, the game teaches us that charging your beam allows Samus to pull nearby items. And since our morph ball can also activate special doors, we roll our way into the first boss fight, the Parasite Queen.
Yes, queens!
And if we have even a single functioning brain cell, we can simply scan her to learn that her weak spot is in her mouth.
Hey, that's pretty good.
And that we should use the auto lock feature to deal with her. We blast this bitch out of the way and now we enter an escape sequence. This is where we need to run or we're going to be late to Christmas party. Remember those tiny creatures we saw earlier? Now they're attacking in huge numbers and they're surprisingly tough. But if we switch to Morphle, we can drop Morph Bomb and clear them out. The environment also directly tells you, hey, try transforming into Morph Ball, maybe you'll move faster. Again, great game design.
Prime game design.
On our way to the exit, we have to grapple like Spider-Man to get across this area. But as we go to the elevator, Samus' Varia suit begins to malfunction, and she starts losing most of her upgrades.
Whoa, hey.
Now you'll ask yourself, why walk you through the very beginning of the game in a video about game design? Because in just 30 minutes, Metroid Prime has already taught you as a player. Scan your surrounding for clues. Aim and shoot enemies. Dodge. Analyze enemies for weaknesses and strategies. Find and read maps. Use the Morph Ball to reach secret and locked areas. Absorb health and drops with your beams. Use the Grapple Beam. Use specific weapons to destroy specific obstacles. So the game is basically telling you, you're a powerful, advanced, highly trained bounty hunter with a full arsenal of tools that you will use to navigate this world. It gives you a taste of how powerful and resourceful Samus is, and how strong you will get.
Hey, but this is like any other Metroid game.
Yeah, like any other Metroid game. Go left, get the Morph Ball, then you can come back from below. Yeah, sure. I say this with all the love in the world. All Metroid games are absolutely fantastic. Yes, even you. And after going through this brilliant tutorial, the game immediately strips you away from most of your abilities, making you feel vulnerable and limited once again. This also resets your mental load. You'll learn a ton of mechanics in a short period of time, but now you can slowly reclaim your powers, piece by piece, while hunting down Space Pirate Ridley. And that's how we finally land on the surface of Tallon IV. And this is what we see. The rain cascades down the visor of our helmet. We immediately start using our scanner, and there is plenty to analyze here. This is just not an ordinary map. This world is alive. Scanning through this world allows us to understand the flora and fauna of the area we are in. All those monsters and places you just kill and shoot in any other Metroid games, now they have story, they have lore. They aren't just now obstacles between you and the next objective. They are living, breathing components of this world. Even these fucking plants are sentient creatures that retract into the ground if they feel threatened. The atmosphere, the life forms, the environments, it all gives you the feeling that you are truly alone on an alien planet. Scanning through everything, it's like you're a Discovery Channel host filming a documentary. It's fantastic.
But wait! There's more!
Advancing through these planets, you will find locked doors and sealed passages. You will encounter a lot of different life forms, and all of a sudden, you arrive at this area that looks like some ancient desert ruins. This game also have some moments that I like to call moments. What do I mean with this? Well, take a look. On your way to the marked location on the map, you will find many objects and doors you can't go through yet. Then you unlock your first upgrade, the missiles. This will allow you to open certain areas you noted on your way here. You will encounter many enemies on your way through these ruins. Moving through locked doors with your missiles, you quickly encounter the second upgrade, which is the Morph Ball. We'll have a mini boss fight. Once scanning the enemy, the game tells you that the weak point eats the tail. And surprise, it's very vulnerable to the missiles you just acquired some minutes ago. When you first arrive at Tallon IV, you probably stumble across these plants hiding a missile expansion upgrade. Guess what? Now with your new Morph Ball, you can traverse through these small gaps. And you see this health upgrade on top, right? Well, now with a long turnaround with your Morph Ball, you can go and get it. The game world and its design is telling you exactly where you're supposed to go without ever telling you. It's great, you don't need a single
Hey, you need to follow the arrow, follow the yellow paint, follow the colors.
It actually makes you feel that you're a Samus with all the tools and resources at your hand, using the world as a form of non-verbal guidance, so you are the one discovering this world. You know, like those really famous, difficult games? Dark Souls. So wait, is Metroid Prime the Dark Souls of Metroid games? I know this is basically the same world design of any other Metroidvania, but Metroid Prime is the first one and the one that executes it so well in 3D exploration. The usage of the scanner is magnificent. I find kind of unreal that we didn't have something like this in Halo, where we could scan the flora and fauna inside Halo rings, or all the alien worlds we're exploring, to truly understand the creatures and the environment. A great part of Metroid Prime's world immersion and building is making you feel you are indeed on an alien planet, and this game does it so well. Also, something that Metroid Prime shares with games of its era is the quantity of areas with multiple biomes. You start in a jungle, later you're in the desertic Shoso ruins, then the Pendara Drift, and the Magmore Caverns.
What kind of place is this?
It feels your entire playthrough like a complete journey, which it is. It's outstanding, the eerie feeling that Metroid perfectly represents. Exploring cosmic horror through its atmosphere and music, Prime achieves something similar without falling completely into horror, unlike Metroid Dread or Fusion. It makes your journey through Tallon IV an intriguing adventure filled with hidden threats, making you feel vulnerable all the time, and reinforcing that this world hides more secrets than you can imagine.
Oh my god, I can't believe it, this game is so good.
And we cannot talk about an epic journey and world building without mentioning the most important aspect in any audiovisual story: the soundtrack. Those who have played Metroid know that the atmosphere in this world is 40% artistic design and 60% soundtrack. Metroid music does a phenomenal job of creating tension, mystery, and a deep sense of isolation when exploring alien worlds of our own. There are no NPCs talking to you, not even dialogue in cutscenes, or audio logs during the game. The best you'll ever get is a text on the screen telling you what upgrade you're missing. Cutting all those distractions out of the way allows the player to fully immerse themselves in the score. Every single sound matters, getting invaded by those chilling silences when moving through areas in the elevator, never knowing what you're going to find next. Metroid has always done a fantastic job of creating a sense of fear of the unknown, making you ask yourself, what might be lurking outside, in the cold dead silence of the stars. A common theme in cosmic horror stories. The music has to let you know that you're not on your home planet, that you're truly alone in an alien world full of life forms that may not want to be friends with you. Metroid Prime does not disappoint. It takes the best elements from the classic Metroid soundtracks while being original and creating a perfect atmosphere. It knows when to be creepy, but it also reminds you, this is not a survival horror. You are Samus Aran, the strongest bounty hunter in the galaxy. You're not here to die, you have a mission, this is your journey. And when it needs to be epic, well, it absolutely delivers. Dear Konami, Nintendo did this in 2002, what the fuck were you doing with Castlevania the next 20 years? Okay. The last and most important thing we need to discuss is Metroid Prime's gameplay. We know it's a first-person adventure that focuses on exploration and backtracking to obtain multiple skills that will constantly open up new paths on this world. But I want to summarize this in just one word: progression. With this in mind, every part of the map hides something of value. Unlike other games that feature quantity or equality with stupid checklists, side quests, and tasks for you to undertake.
Oh my god, look at how many dots here. This is hundreds of hours of gameplay. Totally worth it.
The game's map is small, but secrets are hidden everywhere. The more you explore, the stronger you get, and the stronger you get, the easier you progress. And the more you progress, the stronger you're gonna become again. It's addictive. You never stop getting more and more powerful during this adventure.
This mission gives me 300 of gold. Maybe with that money I can purchase myself a life.
One more thing, Eugene, give me that. If I ever find one of these lying around again, I swear to fucking God, I will stop being so polite. Get the fuck out of my sight before I demolish you.
Remember at the beginning of the video that we talked about acquiring back our missiles, grapple beam, and morph ball, right? Well, guess what? Beyond those, the game features more than 18 upgrades for your power suit, which include resisting lava, multiple suits, night vision, an electric beam, and many more. This is a brilliant mix of everything we talked about before. Metroid Prime brilliantly translates the series' exploration and ability gaining into a first-person 3D adventure, creating a powerful sense of immersion through its atmospheric world, game design, detailed sound, and detective-like exploration with the scanner. While replaying this game, I've been desperately looking for any other first-person game that matches Metroid Prime, and it's hard to believe that there isn't a single one. If you have one in mind, leave it in the comments below. I'll probably make a video out of it, I don't know. But for those looking at Metacritic scores, this game is part of the 12 highest rated games in history on that side. But a score means nothing. Everything we talked about in this video is what makes Metroid Prime the best first-person adventure ever created in gaming history. I highly recommend that if you're going to play Metroid Prime, play the remastered version released for the Nintendo Switch in 2023. This remaster took a game that already played well, looked good, and refined it without removing content or adding unnecessary stuff. And this is not just a single game, it's 4 games now. I can't describe how excited I am to play Metroid Prime 4 and that Metroid Prime 2 and 3 get a remaster. Even though I know it will be a fantastic game, the first Metroid Prime still holds up to any other first-person game released during the last decade. Maybe not graphically, but its game and artistic design, sense of exploration, and huge variety on game mechanics, the sum of everything is what makes Metroid Prime takes the throne and remain as the best first-person game ever created. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below if there is any first-person game better than Metroid Prime and what's your favorite thing about this game. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I'll be playing Metroid Prime 4 this week and I'll probably make a video out of it. I don't know. Let's see what happens.
Wait a moment, you forgot something.
Alright. Well, yeah, you can see Samus' reflection on her visor when shooting in dark areas. Best game ever.